the Buccaneers of Mission Bay High School. The head coach and athletic director for Mission Bay, Dennis Pugh. His assistants, Kgde, Greg Farrar, Mark Grog, and Mark Wilson. And now it's time to meet the starting lineup. Leading off, the pitcher, number 10, Matt Bush. Batting second, the center fielder, number 21, Joe Scaparata. Batting third, the catcher, number 25, Brock Unrich. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 24, Henry Sanchez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 22, Jared Suman. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 14, Jorge Andrade. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 2, Adam Kgde. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 9, Chad Starkey. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 19, Eric Bird. At shortstop, number 5, John Holling. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mission Bay Buccaneers. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Dons of the University of San Diego High School. Here's the home Dons, Gary Radical. His assistants, Al Gomez and Rob Ryder. And here's the starting lineup. Leading off, at shortstop, number 12, Ryan Koretsky. Batting second, at second base, number 11, Louis Santana. Batting third, the catcher, number 14, Dave Kgde. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 21, Ryan Wiegand. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 2, John Luvanos. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 1, Andres Vargas. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 10, Scott Mantufo. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 3, Ryan Cronin. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 17, Matt Semenza. Pitching this afternoon for the Dons, number 19, Ryan Sandoval. Our umpires today are Mark Beza, Ron Pins, Brad Brooklyn, and Kurt Loyal.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions, along with my color partner, David Edmondson. Today, we're happy to bring you the Division III championship game between the the Mission Bay Buccaneers and the University of San Diego High School Dons. This is a Division III game. And we're at Tony Gwynn Stadium on the campus of San Diego State University. And before we get started, over to my partner, David. What do you feel about this game? Who's going to come out on top?
Thanks very much. This is the second of 4 games. First one saw a big defensive struggle, and we're hoping to see a little more offense this game.
As the umpires and the head coaches for each team trade lineup cards at the plate. Once the Dons take the field, we'll take you around the bases and the outfield and give you the starting lineups. And we're going to take you around the infield for the Dons of University of San Diego High School. At first base, number 3, Ryan Wigan. Over at second base, number 11, Louis Santani. At shortstop today, number 12, Ryan Kowalski. And at third base, number 2, John Levanos. Over in left field today, we have number 10, Scott Mantuffel. In center field, number 17, Matt Semenza. And grabbing the territory over in right field, number 1, Andreas Barrios. Pitching for the Dons, number 19, Ryan Sandoval. And behind the plate is number 14, the catcher, Dave Kachorik.
Dimensions around Tony Gwynn Stadium look like this. 340 down the lines, 360 to left center, 370 to right center, and 410 to straightaway center with a 12-foot wall.
And Sandoval taking the last of his warm-up tosses. And we're ready to get underway as Matt Bush steps into the box. Sandoval's first pitch of the game, the swung on, hit over the shortstop. Up with it across the diamond in time was Ryan Kowalski. And one pitch, one away here in the top of the first inning.
Batting in the second position, the center fielder, number 21, Joe Scaparata.
The center fielder, Joe Scaparata, left-handed batter. He's a junior. He can also pitch. Awaits the first pitch by Sandoval. It's a little high for a ball, 1-0. Pitch is fouled at the plate. Evens the count up at a ball, 1 strike.
Looks like he took something off that one.
Yes. Scaparata lucky just to get a piece of that one. Way out in front of that ball. It's off the end of the bat. Grounded towards the Buccaneer dugout. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
And again, Sandoval made him swing late. He's doing a good job thus far mixing up his pitches.
One-two pitch, a little outside for a ball. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And he set him up for that inside pitch. The previous 2 pitches were outside, had him leaning over the plate, trying to set him up there.
2-2 pitch, way out in front, swung on and missed, and down he goes. So Sandoval gets his first strikeout of the game. There's 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
And again, another good sequence of him mixing up pitches, having him guess inside and outside, setting him up for that leaner across the plate.
Now the catcher for the Bucks comes to bat, Brock Ungrich.
Come on, bro!
Mission Bay Buccaneers coming to this championship game ranked number 1 seed in the playoffs. At a 28-5 regular season record. Sandoval's pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. During the regular season, Brock Undrich hit .464, so he can definitely put the ball in play. Sandoval's 1-0 offering is a little high, 2-0. And now the count has worked up to 3-0 as Sandoval has fallen behind the catcher Ungrich. On deck, first baseman Henry Sanchez. Called strike. The count is now 3-1.
Come on, bro.
Pitch is high, ball 4. And so Ungrich works a 2-out walk off the pitcher Sandoval. He'll be the first base runner for the Bucks here. And now coming up to bat is a cleanup hitter, first baseman Henry Sanchez.
Batting in the fourth position, the first baseman, number 24, Henry Sanchez.
I don't think Dennis Pugh is going to be sending him here, not with their cleanup hitter.
Could be. Pitch is low as it bounces up there. Nice save by the catcher, Dave Kachorik.
Come on, Hank. Come on, big Hank.
1-0. Takes ball outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
And that's 6 consecutive balls. Sandoval, this is a key pitch. He's got to find the strike zone here.
Get a hold on, Hank. Come on.
2-0 pitch instead as a pickoff to first. Runner gets back. And now Sandoval again looking into the sign from his catcher. Swung on, it's a fly ball into right field. Comes up with it is Varias in time to make the catch. And that'll do it for the Bucks here in the top of the first inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score. Shit, I gotta write this down.
Permission made in the top.
And now for the Dons, for the Bucks, we'll go around the infield and outfield and give you the starting position players. At first base, number 24, Henry Sanchez. At second base, Jorge Andrade, number 14. At shortstop, number 5, John Hartling. At third base, number 19, Eric Berg. Over in left field, number 9, Chad Starkey. In center field, number 21, Joe Scaparrotta. In right field, number 2, Adam Ricardo. And on the mound, be Matt Bush, number 10. And behind the plate is a catcher.
Number 10,
Brock Ungrich.
Bush.
Okay.
We're back here at the bottom of the first inning. The Dons will have their first at-bats, and leading things off will be Ryan Kowalski, shortstop. Little slow start as we look into the Bucks dugout. Home plate umpire looking in. Not sure exactly what the delay is.
So slow, in fact, that the pitcher is warming up with the shortstop.
And there was a third baseman. Wasn't on the field. He must have had an equipment problem, but we're ready to go as Kowalski skips in. High for a ball, 1-0.
How about that?
Catcher Brock Ungrich behind the plate. Ground ball up the middle into center field. So the Dons get their first man aboard here in the bottom of the first inning with a nice single to center field by Ryan Kowalski.
Nice clean stroke up the middle.
And that'll bring up second baseman Louis Centani.
Batting in the second position, the second baseman, number
It'll be interesting to see what the Dons do with their leadoff runner at first base. Whether they'll try and send him or let the batter take a few pitches.
So Santani will step in. Got a run at first, nobody out. Squares around a bunt, he'll take a strike instead. The count is 0-1.
The outfield giving this batter all of the lines, pretty much playing him straight away.
Pickoff attempt to first.
You can see the third baseman cheating up toward the grass.
Bush's 0-1 pitch is bunted up along the first base line. They're going to let it roll. They touch it in fair territory. He'll tag the runner, Santani coming down. And on the play, Kowalski will take second base. So the sacrifice works for the Dons here in the bottom of the first.
And a very good anticipation by the pitcher. Didn't fall to one side of the mound. Set himself up in a defensive position in order to get that bunt.
And that'll bring up Dave Kgde, the catcher for the Dons. I think Matt Bush would have been better served to let that ball fall out of bounds. About a play. 0-1.
He had a whale of a game against St. Augustine. I think you're right. Would have been better to let the other guy come in and take a few more pitches.
Bush checks the runner at second. Now goes to the plate. In there for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Kgde, 400 hitter during the season. Had 8 runs batted in, as you alluded to, in that game over St. Augustine. Curveball stays up high, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And very early we see both pitchers trying to establish that inside part of the plate.
Bush ready, is 1-2. Fouled out of play down the right field line.
Just a little late on that swing.
First baseman Ryan Wigan is on deck. Left-handed hitter. Timeout called. Kgde steps out of the box. Now he's back in. And the 1-2 by Bush. Curveball chopped over to third base. Fielded nicely over there by the Bucks' Joe Lavanos. Over to first in time. And there's 2 outs now with a runner at second base.
The first baseman, number 21, Ryan Wigan.
And Ryan Wigan, number 21, the first baseman, steps up to the plate. Left-handed hitter. He'd like to get the RBI. He's got a runner in scoring position, standing at second base.
Sir.
Just high for a ball. 1-0.
He's got to be careful not to make a mistake pitch here.
1-0 pitch is high, ball 2, 2-0. Pitch. A little bit low, ball 3, 3-0.
And I'm surprised that they're not playing closer to their lines, especially with the right fielder with a left-handed pull hitter up.
Sanchez playing deep at first. Swung on a miss, 3-1.
Well, he won that first challenge there. It's 3-0. He had to throw a strike.
Bush set, 3-1 pitch.
Yeah.
Little inside ball forward, so now the Dons have runners at first and second. And that'll bring up third baseman. Number 2, John Lavanos.
The third baseman, number 2, John Lavanos.
He'll send one into right field. Coming on, coming on. Actually, the second baseman came out. Looked like the right fielder was going to make a play on that ball. The second baseman for the Bucks, Kgde Andrade, goes out to make the back to the infield catch, and they'll leave 2 runners on base. We'll go to the top of the second inning, no score.
Batting in the 5th position.
So we've gone to the top of the second inning, and leading off
Number 22.
will be the designated hitter, John Sewin.
I think they're down that way, just past the dugout down below.
First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Kgde Andrade on deck. In there again, 0-2. So it's ahead of the hitter, 0-2. Ryan Sandoval working quickly here in the top of the second. 0-2 pitch just low for a ball, 1-2.
Looks like he tried to set him up with that curveball after 2 sliders.
Sandoval looks it for the sign. He's ready. 1-2 pitch is high, ball 2, 2-2.
Come on, you guys can hear him. Let's go. Come on, Jared.
Two pitch is in there, strike 3 call. And so down goes Jared Sewin on strikes.
And
Got him
again,
looking.
And again, he was set up by that previous pitch outside. Had the batter thinking it was coming outside again, set him up with that inside pitch.
Yeah, he did. And there's 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Kgde Andrade, the second baseman, now steps in.
The second baseman, number 14, Kgde Andrade.
Pitches
First pitch, kid.
a ball, 1-0. Pitch is over for a strike, evens the count, and a ball and a strike. We're in the top of the second, 1 out. One pitch is low for a ball. It's 2-1. Sandoval set, the 2-1 pitch. Is grounded over toward shortstop. Kowalski up with it. Across in time to get Andrade. And there's 2 away here in the top of the second.
Sandoval doesn't appear to have the stuff to overpower you, but he does such a good job of mixing up his pitches, a la Greg Maddox. Throws off the hitter's timing.
The right fielder, number 2, Adam Ricciarelli.
Adam Ricciarelli, number 2. Steps in with 2 outs. He'll take a strike. It's 0-1.
Come on, boys, let's go!
He'll hold off that low pitch. And we've got a ball and a strike.
Nice and easy, too. Nice and easy, kid.
Looks like he's going outside here.
And he does. It's popped up on the right side of the infield. Second baseman for the Dons goes out. And Louis Santani makes the play. And that'll do it at the top of the second inning for the Dons, for the Bucks. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Landsman Productions. There's no score.
3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Score at the end of 1.5 innings of play remains. Mission Bay 0, Uni 0.
So we've moved to the bottom of the second inning. And for the Dons, leading things off will be Andres Varios, the right fielder. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1.
Nice. Come on, Blue. Shrink it, Blue. Shrink it.
Called a ball by the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch low, just below the knees. 2-1. Pitch, that's in there for a strike, and that evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Bush, one of the top players in the nation, just a junior pitcher, also plays shortstop. Last year was a Union Tribune Player of the Year. Throws very hard. Ball's taken outside. Ball 3, 3-2. So Andres Varios works the count full at 3-2. Bush's pitch is low, ball 4. And a leadoff walk to the Dons. Andres Varios gives them a base runner. And now the left fielder, number 10, Scott Manteuffel, will come to bat.
The left fielder, number 10, Scott Manteuffel.
Bush checks the runner at first, and he'll go over there. Ball skips out of the mitt momentarily, but doesn't go away too far. And now the pitching coach for the Bucks will go out to the mound and talk to Matt Bush. So the meeting at the mound is over. Manteuffel steps in again. There's no count on the batter. Squares to Buck, takes low for a ball, 1-0. Varios taking a short lead at first. Bush checks in, comes set. 1-0 pitch, high ball 2, 2-0. So Matt Bush walks the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second. Manteuffel takes a strike. The count is now 2-1. Manteuffel shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes a swing, he's grounded over short. His only play is across the diamond to first base in time. So John Huddling comes up, all didn't have time to go to second. And now with 1 out, the Dons have a runner at second base.
Number 3, Ryan Cronin.
Now for the Dons, their DH, Ryan Cronin, comes up. His first pitch by Matt Bush is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So the Dons threatening here in the bottom of the second inning. Bush places a curveball right over the plate. Now he's ahead of the hitter, 0-2. Bush checks the runner at second. Out of the stretch. His 0-2 pitch a little bit high for a ball. 1-2. Bush's 1-2 pitch, curveball, swung on and missed, and down goes Cronin. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Center fielder Matt Semenza steps up to the plate. He's got an RBI sitting out there at second base. And he'd like to put his team ahead here in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Swung on a miss and a high hard one, and now he's down 0-2. So the Dons in danger of stranding a runner at second base. As Matt Semenza is up there with a 0-2 count. There's 2 outs. pitch is a ground ball towards third. It'll find the hole between short and third. Up comes the left fielder with the ball. He'll throw it to the plate. It's not going to be in time. And the Dons have broke through and scored a run here in the bottom of the second inning as Andres Varios comes around to score on a single by Matt Semenza. Right between Eric Berg and John Hodling over there on the left side of the infield. Throw came in by Chad Starkey. And so it's 1-0 Dons. And the shortstop, Ryan Kowalski, the leadoff hitter, is up, and we've got a stolen base as Ryan Cronin, Matt Semenza, takes second base. Strike call on the batter. It's 0-1. Matt Bush steps off the rubber, and they're going to intentionally walk Ryan Kowalski. They had the base open. His runners at first and second now. There's 2 outs.
Second baseman, Louis Centani.
And now we've got the second baseman, Louis Centani. And the offense for the Dons is starting to get going here. They scored 16 runs in the semifinal game over St. Augustine. Pitch by Bush is low for a ball, 1-0. So they push 1 run across here. They've got 2 men on base. There's a drive into center field. Coming up and under it is Joe Scaparata. He's there. He'll make the catch for the out. But the University of San Diego High School Dons push a run across here in the bottom of the second inning. And as we go to the top of the third, it's the Dons 1, the Bucks 0. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. We'll be right back. So as we move to the top of the third inning, the Bucks are going to send Chad Starkey to the plate, left fielder. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here in the top of the third for Starkey, Adam Katz. We'll pinch hit. Pitch is swung on a miss, 0-1. So Ryan Sandoval starts off the top of the third with a strike. Ball 1, count is even at 1. Eric Berg, the third baseman, on deck for the Bucks. That pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2.
And again, Sandoval doing a good job throwing these hitters off balance just by mixing up the speeds and the pitches.
Sandoval ready, and the pitch is grounded over to third base. Across the diamond in time. So John Wavanos with a nice play. And there's one away quickly here in the top of the third.
The third baseman, number 19, Eric Berg.
So with one out, Eric Berg steps into the box. Right-handed batter. The senior. Can also play catcher. Ball's in there for a strike, 0-1.
That looked a little bit high there.
Both ways, huh?
Gets the Mission Bay crowd on their feet.
I don't think either side is agreeing with the umpire thus far today. Pitch is fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2. So Ryan Sandoval
My ball's blue.
working very quickly here today. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Eric Berg. 0-2 pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-2. One-two pitch taken just outside for a ball, and the count is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Looks like he tried to frame that one for the home plate umpire.
Yeah, he did. He had a pitch to play with there. Didn't want to really give him much to hit. But if he could have poked it down that right field line, he had a lot of space. The 2-2 pitch is outside, ball 3, so the count is full. The full count pitch, tap foul up along third. And we'll do it over. So Eric Berg hanging tough here at this at-bat against Ryan Sandoval.
Berg working the count. This is now the 7th pitch that he will receive from Sandoval.
Sandoval's pitch is laced in between the hole, between short and third, and in the left field. So, 1-out single for Eric Berg, the 9-hitter. Got to bring up number 10, the pitcher, Matt Bush.
Come on, Matt, let's go. Help yourself, kid. Come on, Buck. Wait,
And if you thought Matt Bush could pitch, he can also hit. Finished the season with a .466 batting average, 7 home runs and 30 runs batted in. And he has 2 hits away from tying the record that he set last year for most hits in the division with 56. He currently has 54 hits.
With a .466 average, he finds a way to get on base.
And he's got a huge hole open on the right side as they're holding the runner on. A second baseman playing near the bag. Count is 1-0 to Bush.
Both of these teams are in the Western League. They know each other well.
They split their 2 meetings this year. Sandoval's pitch is low. Bush showed bunt, but wasn't fooling anybody, and the count is now 2-0. Sandoval was 5-3 with a 2.46 ERA during the regular season. So he was a workhorse for the Dons. Pitch is popped up in the right field. And Andreas Varios camps under it. He'll make the catch.
Whoa!
And just getting back in time to first base was Eric Berg.
And I'm sure the first base coach is going to talk to him. No excuse for that.
I don't think he was expecting a throw to come in from the right fielder Varios. Came in and they almost snuck up behind him.
I don't even think he was looking at the right fielder.
So 2 outs now here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Bucks have a runner at first, Varios. And Joe Scaparata, the center fielder, comes to plate. Pitch is low for a ball, 1-0.
You got a left-handed batter here with 2 out. I'm surprised that the second baseman has not moved toward the right side. Obviously, the double play threat is taken away with 2 out.
Pick off to first, not in time.
It's as if they'd expect him not to pull the ball.
Very true. And Luis Santani is cheating towards second. Maybe he wants to gain an extra step or two on a potential steal. That ball is lifted into center field. Matt Semenza is there. He'll take care of it. And that'll do it for the Bucks here in the top half of the third inning. They leave a runner at first. And as we go to the bottom of the third, it's the Dons 1, the Bucks nothing.
After 2.5 innings, the final score remains Union 1, Kgde 0.
And we're back for the bottom of the third inning. We have the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Dons coming up. Tap foul up along third. The count is 0-1.
Kachorek on the defensive side calling a great game as far as his pitcher Sandoval is concerned.
Well, that's what you might expect for the player of the year. Kachorek, number 14. Grounded out to third in the first inning. He's behind in the count 0-1. Swinging, it goes, looked like it handcuffed him. It's a little roller over to second base. And Jorge Andrade handles that and throws him out at first. And there's one away.
He's got a set of jets on him, does Kachorek. That was a lot closer than I would have thought.
For a catcher, he did get down the line rather quickly. And now the first baseman, Ryan Wiegand, left-hander, steps into the box. He walked in the first inning. Take a strike, and it's 0-1. Bush's pitch. Bouncer over to first base. Sanchez takes it. Over to Bush covering in time. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
And he's only thrown 5 pitches this inning. Last inning he got scored upon, but the good thing was he only threw 14 total pitches that inning. The pitch count is going to be important coming to the later innings.
Especially with this cool weather. Third baseman Lovano steps in. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1. Bush centers the pitch. Fouled away out of play, off to the right side. And the count is 0-2.
It's such a huge advantage getting that first pitch over with a strike because now you can play with a few pitches. Now he's out in front 0-2. He can waste 1 or 2 pitches here.
Lovano's looking to protect as he's in the hole. Bush into the windup, the pitch. Curveball. He just got a piece of it and fouled it down the third base line. The count remains 0-2.
Well, you got enough money. I will tell him that's a bad play.
Well, how can I find nothing? He has to take it from the no,
Low ball 1-1-2. When these two teams played during the regular season, they split 4-2 game and a 2-1 game. The Bucks winning the 4-2 contest. Pitch is in there low for a strike, and it's 2-2. Low for a ball, 2-2. Couldn't be low for a strike. 2-2 pitch. Low again, ball 3.
Looks like he was trying to get too cute with that last pitch there.
Well, he likes to rely on that curveball. He sets him up and comes back with that fastball. The 3-2 pitch. The bouncy ball over to short. Bobbled there briefly by Hodling, and he can't recover. And so Lovanos reaches base on the error by the shortstop, John Hodling.
With that wet weather, the way the ball travels is going to affect how you play. Seemed to try to play it on a short hop, and it just ate him up.
So we got a man on, 2 out. And they do give the E6 on that. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Andreas Varios. Two outs in the inning. We're in the bottom of the third. The Dons looking to add to their 1-0 lead. Bush checks her at first, delivers to the plate. An excuse me swing into center field. It's going to hang up there for Scaparetta to get to it. He's under it. He makes the catch. So a runner is stranded at first base. We played 3 innings here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. And the score at the end of 3 is the Dons 1 and the Bucks 0. So the Bucks coming up here at the top of the 4th inning. The catcher, Brock Ungrich, to lead things off.
Come on, Brock!
He'll take low for a ball, 1-0. First baseman Henry Sanchez is on deck. And Ryan Sandoval goes back to work. Very deliberate. Another one in there over for a strike, and the count is 1-1.
Come on, Bud!
1-1 pitch is grounded over to second base. Luis Sintani up with it over to first in time, and there's one away.
First baseman, Henry Sanchez.
Sanchez flied out to center field in the first inning. Very big body there coming into the box. Provides a big target over at first base, I would assume. Pitch by Sandoval is hit in the air to right field. Varios moving back near the warning track. Under it now, makes a catch. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
And once again, that was a case of the timing being just slightly off.
Come on, Jerry.
Jared Sewin struck out looking. Didn't agree with the call back in the 2nd inning. As he stands in. And Ryan Sandoval seems to be cruising along. His pitch count can't be too high here in the 4th. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
I got him now at 51 total pitches.
I know Jared played outfield.
Ooh, curveball by Sandoval just misses low, and it's a ball and a strike.
It's a good thing he's held up because his knee buckled there.
Yeah, Jared Sewin went down looking his first time, so he doesn't want to repeat the exercise. 1-1 pitch, foul back, another breaking ball.
And again, there was another example of having the batter right out in front, just throwing his timing slightly off.
We're in the top of the 4th inning. There's 2 outs. The Dons lead this Division III championship game here at Tony Gwynn Stadium by a score of 1-0. Sandoval's 1-2 pitch bounces up there for a ball, and that's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that may have been the hardest ball he's thrown all day thus far.
Try to reach back, get something extra on it. A little of an overthrow. And Jared Sewin still in there. He's worked the count to 1-2. The pitch. Bouncing ball over to shortstop. Across the infield. And he can't scoop it as the ball took a hop. And that'll be an error on the shortstop for the Dons. Ryan Kowalski, as first baseman Ryan Wiegand wasn't able to dig that ball out of the dirt.
He charged hard and had plenty of time, more time than he realized to make that throw. That was just rushed.
So Jared Sewin reaches first base on the error by Kowalski. And the Bucks have a runner on. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The second baseman, Jorge Andrade, now steps into the box. He's got those very colorful shoes.
You'll never be worried about seeing him in the dark.
Sandoval's pitch. Swung on, hit over to third. He'll go the easy way to second base, and Lubanos makes the play. So they strand a runner on the error by Kowalski. We played 3.5 innings here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. The Dons lead it 1-0. Scott Mantufo leading things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning for the University of San Diego High School Dons. He sends a drive into deep center field. Joe Scaparrotta caps under it, and he'll make the catch. One away here in the bottom of the fourth.
First pitch fastball there. He just got a bit under it.
That'll bring up the DH, number 3, Ryan Cronin. Ryan struck out back in the second inning. He ropes this one right to the third baseman. Eric Berg makes a nice play. Might have saved the double.
You can't ask for better. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
I was just about to say, Matt Bush is working very quickly and very effectively and efficiently here in the bottom of the fourth. And the center fielder, Matt Semenza, digs in, singled his last time up. Pitch is low, count is even out, a ball and a strike.
He definitely looks like he has found his rhythm from the second inning on.
Yeah, he was lucky to get out of that jam. He only allowed the 1 run. They had a couple of runners stranded. Pitch is swung on him, missed strike 2, 1-2 the count.
And this is the Matt Bush we're accustomed to seeing throughout the season here.
He had 85 strikeouts in 62 innings during the regular season. That pitch is low. The count is 2-2.
Strangely enough, I don't think he has a strikeout yet this game.
He has 1 back in the second. This bat. And that's lined into the gap between center and left field. He's going to make a turn and head towards second. Scaparrotta gets the ball back in, but it's not in time. And Matt Semenza has a 2-out double here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
And he had his mind made up when it left the bat that he was going for 2.
Yeah, he didn't stop. He took a little bit of a misstep there as he rounded the bag at first, kept on going. And good throw might have made it close.
And we get the a la Pete Rose slide, or a rendition of it there.
Yeah, as he goes in head first. And so Ryan Kowalski, the shortstop, has a chance to bring home a run here. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1. Kowalski 0 for 1. He singled in the first, walked in the second.
This is another key at bat here. You can't allow a team to get a run with 2 outs.
Curveball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Bush checks the runner at second. No offers to the plate. Another curveball, a little bit outside and high. Count is 1-2 on Kowalski. Kowalski at 304 during the regular season. That pitch is low. Skips away from the catcher Ungrich momentarily, but not far enough to allow the runner at second to move over to third. And Semenza has to hold. And the count is now 2-2. Bush's 2-2 pitch. It's at opposite field to left field. Going back is Starkey. He's underneath it, and he'll make the catch. So a 2-out double is all that they can manage here in the bottom of the fourth. And we'll go to the top of the fifth. The Dons 1 and the Bucks nothing. So we've moved to the top half of the 5th inning. Adam Riccardelli steps in. His first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0.
Come on, Big A.
That next pitch is over for a strike, and we're even at 1-1.
It'll be interesting to see if Mission Bay can make Sandoval work this inning. The most activity he's had was 18 pitches back in the 3rd.
1-1 pitch. Swinging bounce up the middle. Second baseman has it. Centani over to first in time. And there's one away.
Left fielder, Adam Katz.
So Adam Katz steps in with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Sandoval cruising along. Pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0. Katz grounded to the third baseman in the 3rd inning. As Lavanos made a nice play and threw him out at first. Katz is a senior. Sandoval's pitch is over for a strike, and it's 2-1.
And Sandoval continuing to do a good job mixing up inside, outside.
Yes, working very efficiently. And the 2-1 pitch is hit over to short. Across the first in time is Kowalski. And there's 2 outs.
And this time he did a better job of setting up. He had plenty of time, didn't have to rush to throw this time.
And with 2 outs now, the third baseman, Eric Berg, will step in. Eric singled to left field his last time up. 1 for 1. Showed bunt, takes a strike, 0-1.
And we don't see anybody coming in after he showed bunt. Obviously, they're not worried.
Timeout as Kachorek steps out of the catcher's box. And Sandoval's 0-1. Is swung on and grounded into left field. So a 2-out single here by Eric Berg, his second hit of the game. And with 2 outs, the Bucks have a base runner, and that'll bring up Matt Bush, and that very dangerous batting average of his.
And Berg set that up by showing bunt the last time. He got the third baseman to cheat inside, and that ball was hit too fast for him. Had he been playing back, I think he might have gotten that.
So Berg takes his lead at first. Sandoval checks him. He's set, goes to the plate. Pitches low for a ball, 1-0. The Dons cling to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Been 4 2/3 innings of stellar pitching performance by Sandoval. He's allowed 2 hits. Picks over to first.
And he's still working relatively well. He's only thrown 11 pitches to the plate thus far this inning.
Why you need all 9 guys in the lineup, don't you?
Sandoval back on the mound. Plants his foot on the rubber. Checks to Kachorek for the pitch. And that's outside and low, ball 2. 2-0.
You know, as slow as he's delivering to the plate, it might not be a bad idea to send the runner from first.
Sandoval is 2-0 instead of pick over to first. Sandoval looks into the dugout. Some words from his
Come on, Manny.
manager. 2-0 pitch. Slow again, ball 3. So Matt Bush has worked the count 3-0. And the center fielder, Joe Scaparrotta, is on deck, left-handed hitter.
Got to be wondering whether Pugh might try and start something here with the runner at first.
3-0 pitch is low, ball 4. And so now the Bucks, with 2 outs, have put runners at first and second. They got a single left by Berg, and now a base on balls to Matt Bush. And Joe Scaparrotta, the center fielder, now walks to the plate. And the tying run is in scoring position. And we'll see if Sandoval can buckle down and get out of this 2-out jam here in the top of the 5th. So Scaparrotta digs in. Sandoval out of the stretch, peers in for the sign. His pitch is bunted up along third, a beautiful bunt, and they're not going to get him. And that'll load the bases for the Bucks here in the top of the 5th, and all with 2 outs.
Perfectly set up, 2 runners on base. The infield has to play deep. You don't want anything past you.
So with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, the coach for the Dons goes out to talk to his pitcher, Ryan Sandoval. So Brock Ungich comes to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Sandoval's pitch is a little high for a ball, 1-0.
And again, the second baseman is playing close to the bag. I don't understand that.
He's left a huge hole on the right side. And if Ungich can go the other way, we'll have 2 runs across the plate. The 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. And now Sandoval has worked the count into a situation where he's going to have to come over the plate because he's got nowhere to put Brock Ungich.
And that's what comes back to what I talked about earlier this inning, making him work. This is now pitch number 18.
And if Ungich likes his pitch, he's going to be sitting on it. 2-0 pitch. In at the knees, called strike. 2-1. And he won't be out of the woods if he manages to get this batter as a cleanup hitter. Henry Sanchez is on deck.
They're giving him all of right field as well.
Pitches it bouncing right back to the mound. Sandoval takes it over to first, and that'll do it as Brock Ungich grounds out to the pitcher, and that'll end the threat for the Bucks in the top of the 5th. They strand, the bases loaded, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning on Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. The score remains Dons 1, Bucks nothing.
Produced to get him out 1, 2, 3, come right back up.
Pitches over the plate for a strike, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Kachorik takes a ball, and it takes a strike. And caught the outside corner as 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Okay.
First baseman Ryan Wigan is on deck. Swung on and foul tipped at the plate. Ungich couldn't hold on. The count remains 1-2.
He got lucky there. It looked like he didn't even come close to that pitch.
No, he was full. That breaking pitch. Psst. Hit deep in the left field, but right at. Well, that was Chad Starkey there earlier, but Adam Katz is now the left fielder, and he makes the play. That ball was hit right at him. And 2 hard outs here in the inning off of Matt Bush, but outs nonetheless. That'll bring up the first baseman Ryan Weigand, a sophomore first baseman for the Dons, so he'll be around for the next couple of years. And he sends a high fly ball into center field. Joe Scaparata camps underneath. He's got it for the out, and an easy 1-2-3 inning for Matt Bush and the Bucks. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning, and the score remains Dons 1, Bucks nothing.
That wasn't 2 minutes.
Henry Sanchez will lead things off for the Mission Bay Buccaneers here at the top of the 6th inning. They trail 1-0. Sanchez 0 for 2. He flied out to center in the first and flied out to right in the fourth. And Ryan Sandoval will start him off with a breaking ball over the middle of the plate for a strike, and it's 0-1. Sandoval's 0-1 pitch a little low. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. That's over. Changeup. And there's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Henry Sanchez. We're at Tony Gwynn Stadium on the campus of San Diego State University. We've moved along here to the top of the 6th inning. High fly ball down the right field line. Hooking, foul, and it's going to fall untouched. And the count remains 1-2.
Get fired up in there, bench. Let's go, bench. Get in the game.
And Sanchez comes back.
I'm talking to somebody in between every.
Teammate Jared Sewin hands him the bat. This is a Division III championship game, the 2003 CIF final. Sandoval in the windup, the pitch, high for a ball, and it evens it up 2-2. When Sanchez flied out in the top of the first, he had a 2-ball, no strike count. And he hit the first pitch on a fly ball to right, back in the 5th. And he'll watch strike 3 called as it goes right by him. He looked at the umpire, not sure he agreed with the call. And he's out on strikes. And that'll bring up the DH, number 22, Jared Sewin. Jared 0 for 2, but he reached base on the error by the shortstop Kowalski in the 4th inning. That's where they had the bases loaded threat. One ball, no strikes to Sewin. Sandoval's pitch. Breaking ball just low for a ball. And it's 2-0 the count. Sewin struck out looking in the 2nd. Sandoval's pitch right down the middle of the plate. And the count is 2-1. Both teams with 3 hits. But the Dons able to break through with a run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They strung together a couple of hits on a walk. They ended up stranding 2 in that inning. Sandoval is 2-1, a little low again. So the count has been worked to 3-1. And now Jared Sewin will be looking for a pitch that he can handle here. If not, he should be happy with a walk. Pitch is grounded over to 3rd base and down the line, foul. And the count is now full, 3-2. On deck is the 2nd baseman, Jorge Andrade. Jorge's grounded out to short and grounded out to 3rd. But right now the action's at the plate. As Sewin stands in, the count is full, and Sandoval's pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So he changed speeds on him and direction. and struck him out. There's nothing he could do about it. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sandoval. He has 4 in the game so far. And Jorge Andrade now comes to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 6th inning. Bucks trail by a run, 1-0. Sandoval wears back. Pitch a little low and inside. And he starts him off 1-0. One-0 pitch by Sandoval. In there for a strike, 1-1. When Andrade grounded out to the 3rd baseman back in the 4th inning, there was a man on, so they stranded the runner. 1-1 pitch is a little inside for a ball, 2-1.
Come on, Jorge, let's go, Jorge!
Andrade swinging the bat up above his shoulder. 2-1 pitch is low again, ball 3, 3-1. So Sandoval started out striking out the first 2 batters, and now he's behind 3-1 to Jorge Andrade. And Sandoval's 3-1 pitch is hit into right field. Coming up for it for the Dons is Andres Varios. He's underneath it. He makes the catch. So Jorge Andrade goes opposite field, but right to the right fielder. And that'll do it for the Bucks in the top of the 6th. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. You're watching the Division III CIF Finals for the year 2003. It's the Dons 1 and the Bucks nothing. So we're at the bottom of the 6th inning. The Dons still with the 1-0 lead. 3rd baseman John Lavanos will lead things off. He was aboard on an error back in the 3rd. First pitch is grounded up along 3rd base. Nice play and a cross in time. 1 out. So Eric Berg makes a nice play to rob a potential extra base hit away from John Lavanos. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the right fielder, Andres Varios, steps in. He has a single in the 2nd and flied out to center field in the 3rd. First pitch for Bush over for a strike. And so is the second one. So Andres Varios quickly in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Tapped up along between pitcher spot and first base. Nobody's going to get over to cover. As Matt Bush, in a bit of indecision there, decided he might go after the ball. The first baseman came off the bag. Henry Sanchez as well, and nobody was left to cover. And by the time Matt Bush recovered, it was too late. And Andres Varios will beat out the infield hit. So with 1 out, there's a runner on first base, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Scott Manteuffel. Manteuffel 0 for 2, grounded out to shortstop, and flied out to center. So Manteuffel steps in. Takes low for a ball. The count is 1-0. He's got a runner at first. And there he goes, and it's popped up foul behind the plate and into the Dons dugout. The count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And Andreas Varios was running on the pitch. And now we'll see what happens here. The Dons continue to put the bunt on. And we'll see if Manteuffel will tip us off here. Matt Bush goes over to first. He'll keep the runner close. The 1-1 pitch fouled off again. Out of play over towards the right side. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The DH, Ryan Cronin, is on deck. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And there he goes. Pitch is grounded over to shortstop. He'll only have 1 play and go across the diamond to first in time. So John Huddling didn't have time to go to second due to the fact that Varios was running on the pitch. And so Andreas Varios stands at second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Dons would like to take this insurance run and go to the top of the 7th with a 2-run lead. And Ryan Cronin steps in. Ryan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and popped up to third. First pitch is a ball. The count is 1-0. Bush's 1-0 pitch is low again. Ball 2. 2-0. And it does look as though Matt Bush is starting to run out of steam out there on the mound. If he can get through this inning, it's about all his team will ask of him. Checks the runner at second. Goes towards the plate. It's drilled foul down the right field line and out of play. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Cronin DHing for the pitcher, Sandoval. Bush's pitch is low again. Ball 3. 3-1. The center fielder, Matt Simonza, is on deck. Bush again checks the runner. His pitch is hit deep into the left field stands. Going back, he's up the track, and it's going to go off the wall. Catch couldn't get there in time, and coming around to score is Andreas Varios on a double by Ryan Cronin on a 3-1 pitch. He doubles off the wall in left field as Adam Katz couldn't get there in time. And the Dons picked up that insurance run that they wanted going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they still have a runner at second base. 2-0 now. Dons over the Bucks. And slowly the catcher Brock Underich goes out to talk to Matt Bush. Henry Sanchez comes over to add some encouragement. And standing at the plate now, Matt Simonza, the center fielder. Matt has a single and a double today. And he'd love to pick up the RBI. Bush's pitch, curveball over for a strike, 0-1. Cronin taking his lead off the second, being checked by Bush. The 0-1 pitch, over again, 0-2. So Bush has battled back, and now he has Simonza in a hole, 0-2. Bush set, his 0-2 pitch. Curveball has bounced up the middle. Going to be taken by the shortstop, across in time, and Huddling gets it there, pulled the first baseman. Sanchez off the bag, but he applies the tag. And that will do it for the Dons, but they pick up an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th inning on a double by Ryan Cronin, driving in Andreas Varios. And we'll go to the top of the 7th inning here for the Division III CIF final. It's the Dons 2 and the Bucks nothing. ball two, 2-0. And it does look as though Matt Bush is starting to run out of steam out there on the mound. If he can get through this inning, it's about all his team will ask of him. Checks the runner at second, goes towards the plate. It's drilled foul down the right field line and out of play. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Cronin DHing for the pitcher, Sandoval. Bush's pitch is low again, ball 3, 3-1. The center fielder, Matt Simonza, is on deck. Bush again checks the runner. His pitch is hit deep in the left field stance. Going back, he's up the track, and it's going to go off the wall. Katz couldn't get there in time, and coming around to score is Andreas Varios on a double by Ryan Cronin on a 3-1 pitch. He doubles off the wall in left field as Adam Katz couldn't get there in time. And the Dons picked up that insurance run that they wanted going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they still have a runner at second base. 2-0 now, Dons over the Bucks. And slowly the catcher Brock Underich goes out to talk to Matt Bush. Henry Sanchez comes over to add some encouragement. And standing at the plate now, Matt Simonza, the center fielder. Matt has a single and a double today. And he'd love to pick up the RBI. Bush's pitch, curveball over for a strike, 0-1. Cronin taking his lead off the second, being checked by Bush. The 0-1 pitch, over again, 0-2. So Bush has battled back, and now he has Simonza in a hole, 0-2. Bush set, his 0-2 pitch. Curveball is bounced up the middle. Going to be taken by the shortstop, across in time, and huddling. Gets it there, pulled the first baseman. Sanchez off the bag, but he applies the tag. And that will do it for the Dons, but they pick up an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th inning on a double by Ryan Cronin, driving in Andreas Varios. And we'll go to the top of the 7th inning here for the Division III CIF final. It's the Dons 2 and the Bucks nothing. And we've reached the top of the 7th inning here, and the University of San Diego High School Dons are 3 outs away from being crowned the 2003 Division III Boys Baseball Champions, as they have a 2-0 lead over the Mission Bay Buccaneers. And Adam Riccadilli is in there to start things off for the Bucks here in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-1 count. One pitch, swung on and missed, 1-2.
And that's pretty much how it's gone all day for Mission Bay offensive-wise. Sandoval doing an excellent job mixing up the pitches, going inside out, changing speeds, getting out in front of the batters.
Sandoval out of the windup, and the 1-2 pitch is hit into left field. Coming over for the Dons is Scott Mantuffel to make the catch. And there's 1 out, so 2 outs away for Ryan Sandoval and the rest of the Dons. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Adam Katz. Grounded to third and grounded to short in his 2 at-bats here this afternoon.
Defensively, it looks like they're going to give up the bunt. Everybody playing back.
Well, they want to cut off an extra base hit down the line. and play deep, allow themselves every opportunity to get the out at first. It's the on-deck hitter that means something. That's the tying run. And the USDHS bench is now up and hanging on the rail in anticipation. This ball is grounded over to third base. Gravados across the diamond in time. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And standing in the way of the Dons 2003 championship now is third baseman Eric Berg. And it's going to be a tough out. Berg 2 for 2 with 2 singles in the left field this afternoon. He's a tough out. And slowly walking up the mound, Ryan Sandoval, as he checks in to Kgde to get a sign. Berg steps in. Dons on top, 2-0 with 2 outs here in the 7th. First pitch, swung on and missed, going 1.
And again, throwing off the timing of the batter. Sandoval's thrown 93 total pitches, about 60% of them for strikes.
Sandoval stares into the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Fouled away, 0-2, right over the Dons dugout.
And again, the batter was late.
So Berg in the hole, 0-2, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, the Dons lead this game over the Bucks 2-0. 1 strike away from the championship.
If there were ever a time to protect the plate, it's now.
Home plate umpire adds to the stress level here as he sweeps off the plate. He's set now. Berg climbs back in, digs the back foot. Sandoval looks in. The 0-2 pitch. Got him! Strike 3 called! And the University of San Diego High School Dons are the 2003 Division III CIF baseball champions.
Outstanding performance by Sandoval. He gets my vote for player of the game.
Ryan Sandoval pitched a brilliant ball game. And the Dons' 2 runs were enough to take this game. As they jump around the field, congratulate each other after a long season. And that will be that, a shutout for Ryan Sandoval. He allowed 3 hits. He struck out the final batter of the game.
And it's got to be a little sweeter beating your division rivals in the game that counts.
Yes, and Sandoval also had 5 strikeouts. It was just dominating here today.
Not overpowering, but again, mixing up the pitches, throwing off the timing.
And so that'll do it from Tony Gwynn Stadium here on June 7, 2003. The University of San Diego High School Dons have defeated the Mission Bay High School Buccaneers by a final score of 2-0. I'm Ken Gonzalez with David Edmondson. We're with George Langevin's Video Productions. We'll be back again. See you later, everybody. Have a good night. Pretty good game, pretty good game.
Number 6, Ian Chatfield. Number 7, Adam Katz. Number 8, Ramon Solis. Number 9, Chad Starkey. Number 10, Matt Bush. Number 12, Daniel Avery. Number 13, Anthony Williams. Number 14, Jorge Aguero.
We did just
Number 16, Ryan Kgde. Number 17,
check in with
Darrington. Number 18, Lorenzo Church. Number 19, Eric Berg. Number 21, Joseph Scaparana. Number 22, Jared Soon. Number 23, Mike Edwards. Number 24, Henry Sanchez. Number 25, Brock Ulrich. The assistant coaches are Billy Vera, Rick Carr, Mark Grog, and Mark Wilson. And receive the runner-up award, the head coach of the Buccaneers, Mr. Dennis Pugh. Pursuing victory with honor is an operating principle of the CIF and the San Diego section. Today, the coaches, the tournament directors, the officials, and the commissioners honor a player who competed with dignity and respect for his opponent, his team, and his community. Receiving the award for the Mission Bay Buccaneers is Jared Sewin. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2003 Division III runners-up, the Buccaneers of Mission Bay High School. And now, it's time to meet the champions. Saluting the 2003 assisting with the presentation, the principal, Dr. Richard Kelly, and the athletic director, Dave Smirla. Here are the Dons. Number 1, Andreas Berrios. Number 2, John Luanos. Number 3, Ryan Coonan. Number 4, Jerry Santani. Number 5, Will Januso. Number 6, Chris Mullen. Number 7, Kyle Conroy. Number 8, Kevin Soares. Number 9, TJ Moreno. Number 10, Scott Van Tufel. Number 11, Louis Santani. Number 12, Ryan Kowalski. Number 13, Kyle Brewer. Number 14, Dave Kachuk. Number 15, Seth Cooley. Number 17, Matt Semenza. Number 18, Steve Buckwild. Number 19, Ryan Sandoval. Number 21, Ryan Kgde. The assistants are Al Gomez and Ron Roder. And to receive the championship award for 2003 in Division III, here's the head coach of the Dons, Mr. Gary Remick. Coming up in a little over half an hour, the Division II championship game between El Capitan High School and Patrick Henry High School. We invite you to stay with us for that championship game.